Good evening everybody, welcome to Sunday Night Live. My name's Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland, and I do Facebook Live every Sunday night around 7:30 New Zealand time, and we come along and make a card. So tonight we're doing this card here, which is using the herringbone technique at the top, and I've used the Love of Latte, I think, a Little Latte designer series paper, and then just use some of the cups to cut that out with. So let me pop you down and we'll get started. It's quite a quick technique. Let me just get my screen going so that I can see if anyone is watching and chatting. Bear with me. It's just not showing up. There it is. Put the mute on. Okay, please do say hello if you're there. Okay, so I've used 4 different patterns. You can use whatever patterns. These were kind of ones that I felt went together. And I didn't actually cut my cardstock, but that's okay. Oh my goodness, the dog's having a fit. So I thought this was a really good one to use up scraps. Like most of these were left over from other cards that I've made, or when you cut the edging off, you know, when you cut our designer series paper to fit our card size, there's often little bits left over. So I thought it was a good way to use our scraps. So we're going to use a piece of, I'm going to do it slightly different than how I've done this one. I'm going to use a piece of Pecan Pie, and I'll do here and score in half, which is 10.5. And then I'm actually going to use another piece. Going to make this 9.5, which is slightly 2 sizes up, so 13.85 is the bottom piece, and I want that like that to have a nice bit of a border, and I want a piece of white. And hopefully that's big enough. So I just want to have another layer in between it, so this is going to go to 10 centimeters, and then, oops, it's just not quite close enough, 10 centimeters, and so there's a slight mat around that, which then will give you a bit more of an offset to, sorry, yeah. Okay, so you end up with that white border around the edge. That's not going to go too far away. So you can see this side is 1 layer card. I thought I'd do another option for you, just so that you can see what's available, what, you know, what other options you can do. Now, I wanted to start with, so let's have a look. I quite like that colour. Just on there, something a little bit different. It is also the hearts, so I need to decide which one I want to use. And then I've got the coffee beans, the coffee rings, coffee cups. I've got quite a bit of the coffee cups, which is great. Coffee beans, rings, and I've got a piece of that. I've probably got more of that if I want it, but we'll see. I might just put that on the inside maybe. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go with this one, and we're going to turn it over, and we're going to use this side, and I'm going to use a longer piece. You're going to decide whereabouts you want to put that. I'd like it to come down a little bit lower, but what you need to do is make sure that you've got your second piece is going to actually just meet in the corner. So I want that on the corner there. So I'm just going to hold that in place. I'm going to pop that there, like so, and that's going to be where I put my first piece, and then my other piece is going to butt up against that. Okay, so that's some glue. What I should have done is left that there so that I can get it in the right place when I put the glue down. So I'm just going to move that gently. You can come back in and pop glue on if you find that you haven't put enough on in the right place. So you're just going to, the beauty of wet glue is that you have a little bit of wiggle room, but you want to make sure, I just feel that it looks finished, it looks a better finish if you've got that piece that's going to finish on the corner. Okay, so we're going to pop that there, like so, and then what one am I going to use? Let's use a bit more of a bold pattern, and we're going to pop it here. So it's going to line equal, it's going to come to a lighter point there. I'm going to glue a little bit on the card. I'm going to pop that down. Make sure that your pieces at the end here are actually straight, so cut them flat on the trimmer just to make sure that you get them in the right place. And now this piece here is going to come inside, and oh, that was my fault. Oh, sorry. I put the oven too high, now it's overcooking. I'm going to save that actually for the end bit, hopefully. So this piece here, I'm then going to use this one. Let me pop some on. So again, you're laying it on here, like so. Now if you wanted to, you could get to this point. I'm just going to use some big snips. I'm going to cut them right on the edge of the card. Don't want to cut the card off, but you want to have a few bits. So there. So then we're going to come back to this one. And I'm going to, so the pattern is up to you really. That's slightly short, so it would leave a gap at the top. So, oops, and pop that in. So this works with any kind of patterns. You can do more bold patterns. I've done it with 1/2 inch strips. You could do it with longer strips. It doesn't have to be, I mean wider strips. You don't have to be so narrow. It's up to you really what you want to use. That one possibly doesn't stand out as much as it does there, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, so we're going to go back to this one. So again, we're going to glue. You could glue the whole thing down, but while I muck around, I don't want it to kind of set too soon. And then a piece of that. And so this is where it says it's not very straight. So I'm going to pop it in. I know my edge is straight, so I'm just going to get that little tiny bit off. Then I can glue that there, making sure that you could have it so that you've got a gap in between each row as well, which would look like a bit more of a tile effect. And then let's that isn't working. some of them are a little bit sticky, which is why it was stuck to my scissors, which is why you don't want to use your good scissors. Okay, have we got another piece of this? Yes, we do. So we're going to stick that down. Not too far over them, not overlapping. And then rings. I thought I had a small piece of that. There we go. Now again, we're gonna use the trimmer because otherwise I'll be annoyed at myself if I don't get it straight. Because it's only a small piece. So when I did my first one, I had like a random it's this one. It's this one to finish it. Yeah, I was going to use the other piece, but oh yeah, I cut that, will that get rid of all the coffee beans? Not so much. Can't get them off. So then we're going to pop this here. Oh, there's a little gap, damn it. Bother it. Bother. There's a little gap. I might actually just leave it because you'd have to look pretty close for it to see it. Okie doke. So that is our herringbone technique. So before I do anything else, I'm actually going to line that up and pop that on there. Maybe I should have swapped those two around. Oh no, yeah, maybe I should have swapped those two around. Do that now. On. It's done. We've got some really cool wood grain, wood texture looking, what do you call it? Designer series paper at the moment, and that would make a really cool faux herringbone or herringbone kind of design. There we go. So let me just get my scraps out of the way. I'm going to use the Latte Love stamp set. Hello there, Let's Catch Up is what I used last time, so let's just use that again because I've actually cut a piece. I've got a piece cut to fit in there. Make sure that it's straight. Stamping with Pecan Pie just to kind of tie it all in. One of the great things about Stampin' Up! Is the colour coordination. So we will clean off our stamp to look after our stamps because you invest a lot in them. So it's really important to make sure that you're looking after them. Now I have a couple of cups here which I was going to cut out with, maybe I'll just go that one. That could just sit on there. too long. Sticks out too far. Because I want to stick it up too, because otherwise it's a very flat card. So let's put that on. Push button's moved, so I can't reach it. So put it slightly there, and then this one can go. Let's go that way. So we're going to put one by the handle and a bit of glue here for it to stick onto so it doesn't fly around. Take that off. Now I have to have the handle down a bit so it'll fit. There you go. And there. Oh, you egg. Okay, I need Heather here with me because she always goes, have you checked it? Is it the right way, Kelley? No, it's not. But that's right. We can fix it. So I'm just going to gently pull this off. You know what? I'm just going to leave it. This is our card. I'll fix it later because I'm sure you've all done this. I will cut it off. No, I won't. I'm going to try and heat it with the heat gun and try and but that'll take time. So that is our completed card. That is with the matting, and that is directly onto card base. So a single layer card. So I was away. We were out last week at a show. So I popped a video up. Thank you to those people who went along and watched it and then made the card and then popped it on my page. I appreciate your support and watching the video that I made for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop up the wheel of names. I've got last week's and the week before because I obviously wasn't there last week. So first winner for this week is Andrea. Congratulations, Andrea, if you get in touch with me. I think you were one of the ones from the week before as well, you and Jill. So that makes 2 so far for you and 1 for Jill. I'll remove 1, so you're still in there for this week. Come on. And Jill. Again, oh, you're both together. So both of you are two prizes. If you get in touch with me, I will send you some photos of things that you can choose from for your prize. Thank you very much, ladies, for sharing your crafting with us all. They were all fabulous. I loved seeing the differences, but then also Alison and Andrea, this week's card, you both use the same pack of Designer Series paper, so that's quite funny. Alright, I am going to say goodnight. My dinner should be ready hopefully, and then I've got a little bit of work to do before tomorrow, so I'm going to say bye for now. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care and have a great week.